Okay, and we do have the ability with our script, I'm going to raise this, we have the ability to capture more information if the merchants ask us to capture more information, but essentially for our service and the way we work, we only capture the email address on new customer or express checkout, for example. Okay, so we're really after the new customers. The client then creates an outbound email template. We've got a number of templates also available on our website, so I advise you to check them out if you want to. We've got a number of templates and a number of messages, okay, that the clients will have in there, and you'll see that very clearly the content of the message is operational. It's, we noticed you visited our site, we noticed that you did not complete the purchase, we hope it wasn't a technical difficulty. If it was, please call customer service, please be driven back to our, our helpline through these links. So we very specifically address the operational side. The clients do need to update their T's and C's, fairly obvious, but again, that's in our statement on our website. And essentially, from the merchant's point of view, once they've got their Java on, they've updated their T's and C's, and they've got the remarketing template set up, it's operational. We turn it live, people start receiving their first email. I guess, I've gone through this really quickly, so I guess in terms of summary, our key focus is to convert abandonments into revenue. So we're not focusing on anything other than people that have decided not to go and purchase. We acknowledge there's a natural rate of return that people will go back to the website, but there is a big chunk, 90% of people that will go to a competitor or will just actually not even purchase. So if you imagine the ones that weren't even going to purchase, that's absolutely critical, because that's money that would have been spent online that isn't going to be spent online. We can influence that, and we can drive people to spend that money. Affiliates benefit from the additional conversions, and as I said, we work really, really hard with the affiliate networks to make sure we're not overwriting affiliate cookies, and our technology in-house has been developed so we don't even need the affiliates' assistance, the affiliate network's assistance with that, which some of them have kindly offered to us initially to say, let's make sure that we get the just rewards to everyone. And obviously the affiliate networks become more successful. It's a service that they can offer their clients, improves conversion, merchants win and the affiliates win, and thus the networks win. So I guess we've got a bunch of sort of fairly high profile success stories. We've got a lot of customers that have actually looked into every aspect of this, from the legality of it, to the privacy, to the messaging that goes out in the emails, to the pricing of the service, to our commercial arrangements, to their terms and conditions. Okay, and every one of these customers, I'm sure you'll agree, most of these don't step into anything lightly. So the due diligence has been done, and we're very comfortable, very confident with the way our technology works. So I guess now that you've got a bit more background on us, and I hope that's sort of given you a bit of information, I'd like to sort of throw the floor open to questions. If anyone's got any queries to throw at us, then please feel free. But the three of us are here to answer them. If you don't get a chance to ask now, we'll be around afterwards. So again, feel free to ask us from there.
What's your page model? Because if you're going through an affiliate network,
yep,
they're not teaching things. So you pay an affiliate plus sell, and then I guess there's some kind of payment to you guys as well.
We don't take. It's a really good point. We should actually investigate that, but at this stage we don't take a fee when the revenue's been driven by an affiliate cookie. Oh, right. We're happy to make sure the affiliates get rewarded for that and get rewarded for the traffic that they've driven to the site. As I said, we've done some numbers, and fairly finger in the air at the moment, because we are waiting for someone in this room to get us a bit more exact data. But fairly finger in the air, it's actually about 3 to 1 in terms of one that will override. We actually convert 3 additional sales for the affiliate networks. So the proportion is actually fairly good in favour.
From a legality standpoint, I understand that it does need to be operational in order to essentially skip legality. Isn't the fact that the payment method is tied to a marketing channel risking the overall legality of the merchant operating the system?
Sorry, the payment.
So it's essentially the payment method. You are being paid for providing a marketing service.
I see.
Do you see what I mean? So essentially, I do understand that it is an operational email.
Sure, yeah.
However, it comes from marketing budget. It is a marketing activity.
Sure.
In essence.
Well, our software is it's an enterprise software developed for merchants, and a lot of our clients pay us for the software.
Sure.
So it's literally like buying Microsoft Office. Instead, they buy vInteractive and they get vCapture and vContact. And whilst some of them choose to reward us commensurate with the general increase in business, which you could relate to traffic, their own marketing activity or whatever, a lot of them realise that doesn't really reflect what we do, because we're seeing with some sites we're converting enormous amounts of traffic, which has nothing to do with us, and we're actually not getting paid for it.
Yeah, sure.
So we have a sort of mix of a license fee, a mix of revenue share. That
I think and I can totally see. I see the value in the product 100,000%. I think the payment method is troubling in terms of making, because essentially what you're doing is providing an operational unit within a marketing environment.
No, we're not actually. We don't deal with leads. We don't do any marketing for anybody. We're only operational. So, for example, if
you're attracting the rewarded on marketing activities.
Let's say, for example, there's a parallel service launched in China last year, which I'm having a look at the moment. If a call drops on a cell phone, when you're on the phone placing an order for a flight, you've got all the way through to, and I want to come back. Shit, I've lost the call. You get to that point, and all of a sudden, all that time's wasted. You'd expect the company to be able to look at their call display, realise your number, call you back and say, you were making a call, we're in the middle of the process, you didn't complete it, let me help you. Is that new marketing?
I don't think it is, but is that company being paid on those, if those calls convert to sales, if you see what I mean?
But the company that has let's take Singapore Airlines, for example, that uses, they have a switchboard system, but there's no caller ID. And they can't get that because it's too complex, because of the way their phone networks work and this, that and the other. But the technology company providing the service to pick up a broken call and track a number in another way, it's a technology service. And we're in a way assisting broken communication more than anything. Sure. And we have a lot of merchants, very, very big retailers who come to us and say, we've got one field in a form where somebody just can't get by, because let's face it, address databases in this country, we have zip code, postcodes, this sort of thing. And a lot of American e-commerce technology that relies on zip code and has been bastardized to accept the British postcode, a lot of those things happen, and the failure metric on just a postcode can be 60%. So what we're trying to do is go in with our funnel analysis and say, here's a field that's a problem, let's help you. So we're trying to work with the merchant to get rid of that abandonment problem altogether. So that's why we have a long-term sort of license fee. But in the meantime, we'll let them capture that data and address a broken transaction. That's why I think the important point that Nigel made was the data we collect is not general marketing data.
Sure.
We won't allow a retailer to have access to it and suddenly make it part of the CRM because it's not somebody's transacted with it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Good question.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I've got another one. The other thing is the product in any way linked to the current products that are in the basket? So you say currently you only capture one particular field. Wouldn't it be quite cool if you could capture the products that are actually entered into the basket, place them within the email? This is the product that you were looking at. Was it a product problem or a problem with the website?
Customers are buying our product under license, the capability to expand the marketing strategy to that. However, with the service that we offer
through the affiliate
network, keeping it very simple for the express purposes we've made, that the T's and C's don't need to be updated too strenuously. Customers won't need to opt in. The second you suddenly start taking data like what is in the basket and allowing them to market by adding additional
then it's opt-in on the page and all that
then
kind
it
of jazz.
becomes more of a marketing touch. So our customers under license absolutely have that capability, and we're under NDA with most of them, but absolutely what you just raised is a very valid point.
Cool.
And it's paid when it's possible.
I'll ask you a question simply because I know that a lot of people were asking questions about it, and that's in the absence of anyone else asking. Could you just outline for everyone what the relationship is with Mark Pearson and My Voucher Codes?
Yes. I'm going to throw that one to David as well. So.
Like a hot potato.
Exactly.
My Voucher Codes, yes. It's looks like a little bit of a nightmare on the outside for a lot of people. My Voucher Codes, we got together with Mark Pearson. First of all, he had an interest in our company. He's a young entrepreneur, and like myself, created hundreds of jobs around the world, which is we share a passion for that. I have the same sort of outlook on life. But he came to us with his voucher code business and said, now look, I'm getting a lot of people that do put products in a basket, and they have put in the voucher code, and then they fail. And then unfortunately, someone else comes along and does the transaction, blah, blah, blah. But the voucher codes are getting lost. So what we've allowed him to do is we're following him to his merchants, and we're allowing where we see a voucher code present for him to do an abandoned email back to the person with that voucher code in relation to that voucher code only. So it's unequivocally a Mark Pearson transaction, a My Voucher Codes transaction. So he is essentially just a software licensee amounts. And of course, if I said to him, would you like to see other voucher codes, would you like to see other information, I'm sure he'd bite our arms off. But there's absolutely not a chance we'll even entertain it, because we have one agreement and that's it. The second side where Mark is helping us